Did you cheat during the BEATPJ? What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm here with Kelly, a new face.
Hi.
But if you've been paying attention, Kelly actually won the BEATPJ.
Sure did.
This year, 2022. So if you don't know about the BEATPJ, I'll tell you a little bit about it. It is a transformation challenge, and it goes from the beginning of the year, so from January until about the end of April. And you have 4 months to do whatever you can to transform your body. Now you can go from fit to fitter, you can go from heavy to lean, you can change your body however you want, but if you have the biggest and best transformation, that's what we're looking for. I was one of the judges. I think there were 4 or 5 of us, and it was super fun, it was super hard, but Kelly came out as the ultimate winner. So what we're gonna do today is train a little bit of upper body and talk about the process that she went through during the BEATPJ and how she ultimately became the winner. So you played college tennis.
Yeah.
So I feel like athletes have a different mindset. You're able to dial in a little bit different. Your structure, your ability to like create structure, I think comes in a little bit faster than people that aren't used to creating a structure.
I literally treat it like as if I was in a sport. To me, so like the BEATPJ, I was like, okay, this is the end for me. So I know how to train in the sense of like a sport because I played at such a high level.
Right.
So I know like what you have to do
to achieve that.
Right. Which is, I always say it's like my superpower and my kryptonite because like I know that I can do it. Like I'm here, you know. So it's like when I'm all in, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And then when I'm not, it's like a mental thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Like you know how to push through, even though your body might be telling you no.
Right.
You can fire through it.
Yeah. Yeah. I treat it like. And Billy will tell you, he knows how I am. He's like, Kelly. But I just go all in when I have to.
Yeah. So you have the ability to turn it on.
Yeah. And tennis is like a single sport, so it's really mental.
Yeah.
Like you are.
And so it's dieting.
And so it's dieting and training. So you're
especially the diet.
Oh yeah.
It's like the hardest part.
It's the hardest part. And with like kids, you figure like I'm never home, so you know, and kids eat not like we do.
No.
So you're surrounded by snacks, food, pizza parties with the families, and you know. So during that time, it was like it's almost like such a good feeling too, like the control, like you know you're doing something that nobody else is.
Yeah. I get that.
So you're like, I'm doing this, you know.
Because you can.
Yeah, because you can.
And if you think I can't, watch me.
Right.
That's what gets me. Like, you think I can? Watch me do it.
Right. That's why I like to be like above. And luckily I have a good support system. Like my parents are here.
So Billy was your coach.
Yes. I love Billy.
So how
he might not love me.
Yeah, but that's okay because some clients are hard, but some of the ones that are the most work bring the biggest results, the best results. You know, so that's not a bad thing. So what did you do differently working with Billy?
So I had been working with Billy before.
Okay.
For like a year.
Okay.
I actually started with him. Actually, I think it was when like around the summer of like COVID.
Okay.
And that was hard because the gyms weren't open, and like my parents had like a little gym in their house. So, anyways, I had been working with him, and we had gone through like a good cycle already.
Okay.
When I met with him, I was overtrained and underfed.
So common.
So common. Especially with my mentality, I just kept going because I was used to just going.
Right. Your body is not going to stop you. You push through.
So we actually did a complete reverse. And if I go off like mentally, like he'll tell you, like, I'm just kind of just shrinking. So
that was before the BPJ?
That was before. Okay. So that's what sparked the BPJ, because I had been off for like a few months, just not in like what I'm used to.
Right. So now you had something to
so I was like, screw this. Like this is my opportunity to like
hell yeah
get my shit together. Like, you know, like do it. And so my mind was right. Like we wanted to make sure like my mind was there and I was ready. And that's when I like kind of like was like, I'm all like I'm on.
I love it.
And because I really like, you know, like as a mom, like I have nothing for me. It's all for my kids, which is great. They're my world. But you also need to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And I think I had lost that a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was my time. Like, I'm gonna do this, and it kind of took me back to like my athlete days. So I like loved it. I was like, this is like
that's cool.
I'm gonna, you know. And my kids were super supportive. They were
that
so
was
cute.
my next question. How did your kids feel? Because this was the first time like you went like all in on something.
Right. Like they know I work out. They know I'm healthy. Like I want to make sure that I'm giving them a good example.
Cool.
But I was like, Mommy's gonna do this, and like I just need your help, and you know I can win money. And they're like, okay. So like there was times too, because I have like a bike at my house.
Yeah.
And there was times when like I had to fit whatever I could in, and like I would just put the bike in the living room and
go for it,
pedal, and they were great. And like if I couldn't make it to like my parents' little gym, I would just bring the kids to the, like I did literally whatever I had to do during those.
I love that.
4 months, and they were great. I mean, and the whole baseball team parents were always like, "How's it going?" Like so.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
everybody knew. Yeah, they all knew.
Oh, that's amazing.
So they were like, how's it going? Like, we want to see your picture. So it was like a team, you know.
You built a whole support system without even like realizing.
Right. Yeah.
It's nice when you have a support system like that. Having people support you and they're interested in what you're doing.
Right.
Because if somebody asks you like how you're doing and you're falling off the wagon, it helps with accountability.
100%.
So you're not going to fall off the wagon,
right?
Because when you go to baseball practice on Monday and Wednesday and Friday, and games on Saturday and Sunday, somebody's asking you all the time.
Yes.
You have to be on.
Yes. And you know, and my husband is into this world. He also works with Billy, and my dad was a collegiate athlete. He works out. He's super in shape.
Look at you guys.
So like I had them on. They weren't going to bring me down either. They were only helping me.
Okay.
So like my dad was like, whatever you need, I got you during this time. You know, and so it was good to have that, because it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, you know.
Being a mom is hard. It's definitely hard.
So that's where I need to get to now. And I just do so much better with structure.
Yeah.
You know, I'm used to structure. So like when I don't have that structure, sometimes that's when it's harder for me. I think I'm used to structure in life. So summer is why for me.
Right. Because your boys are 6 and 8, so they're in school normally.
Right. So in summer, no school.
No structure. No structure. That's where we're actually at. So I totally can respect that.
No structure. And you know how people always like no excuses, but I'm not saying that there is an excuse, but in this summer, I literally had days where I couldn't, like, nobody could help me.
Right.
My husband's out of town. There was no way around it. It's just, it is what it is.
At that point, it's not even an excuse. You just don't have.
I just couldn't.
The option.
Yeah. And so, you know, what I'm learning now, on the other end of it, is sometimes it's okay to, you know, I didn't need to go so the other end.
Right.
You know, like I was so hard on myself.
Right.
After the
there's an extreme.
Right.
Yeah. especially as an athlete, it's easier to hit that extreme.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you're mentally.
Oh, yes. So like if I just went from doing this to now not having the opportunity or the time.
You start beating yourself up.
Oh God. I am like the worst critic of myself too.
Oh my God. Yep, I can relate to that.
I spiral mentally. I'm like, oh God.
So while you're training with Billy, what were you training? Like how were your splits? How did your days look?
So we started obviously higher, not as in much cardio or anything. So, you know, walking or whatever. But my lifts have always been the same, just obviously try to build strength.
Right.
So he usually has me doing about 4 or 5 exercises, a couple compounds, and then some isolations. And then throughout the process, we would tweak my cardio. There was a couple months I would say that he added some in there, or interval cardio, and then fasted cardio, and not anything crazy though, just walks, fasted walks in the morning, which I grew to love. Like I love my morning walks because
right,
they clear your head. Yeah. And then we did like 40 minutes of cardio after training.
Okay. Plus the walk in the morning.
Yeah, walk was like 20 minutes.
Okay. Oh, that's
definitely. Yeah. And then actually, the later in the program, the less cardio I started doing again to get the inflammation off.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we went from like doing stairs or interval stairs, whatever, to just walking morning and after weights.
Okay.
So there's no like high intensity anything.
Okay.
And it pulled like the inflammation.
You were really cut up.
Yes. And I have that in me because I like my build.
Your build is
athletic.
Lean.
Yeah, it's lean, and you know I've always had like the bigger legs and the bigger butt, and like my waist goes first.
For you.
Well, right now I'm like, oh God. So when I can get cut up,
right?
Like genetically. I mean, I've worked my butt off my whole life, but you know.
But your family's fit. You come from a fit background,
and I've always been fit per se. Like I've always, for the most part of my life, taken care of myself. So yeah, but my workouts always have stayed the same. It's kind of up to me to like push myself with the numbers or like try to build the strength. But it's usually, you know, 12, 15 reps type workouts. He has me doing quads one day, and then I do back, shoulders and chest, glutes and hands, and arms.
Okay.
And then the cardio was 5 days a week, and then on my off days I would just walk. We just go for walks.
Okay, so you're still active, like active recovery.
And I think a lot of people forget that like it's lifestyle too. Like I don't sit
I love it.
at a desk, so like my life is very active because I'm constantly running around.
Right.
But people sometimes don't put that into the equation. Like if you sit at a desk all day, your metabolic rate is different. Yeah. You know, so whenever people are like, "Oh, what do you eat?" I'm like, "Whatever I eat is not going to be what you eat."
Yeah.
It goes off like your lifestyle too. Because really, what we work out an hour,
right? Yeah.
You know.
But if you're right, if you're sitting on your butt all day, and not to say that's a bad thing. Some people's jobs just require that. Yeah. You're not burning as much calories just in your daily, your regular burn. Right. Your basic activity level.
Yeah. Yeah. And mine is
chasing around.
Yeah.
2 young boys. So 2 young, highly athletic boys.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, I like to do stuff with them. So, you know, I think people also forget to take that into consideration of your workouts or your cardio or what you're eating or whatever, you know, whatever you're doing.
And then diet, since you said what you're eating. How is that? That's always the worst part. That's the hardest part, but it's the part that takes the most effort for sure.
Yeah. So, fortunately for me, I had been working with Billy before. So my foods have never really changed. Like, so Billy, you know, everybody takes different approaches, but he literally tells me what to eat.
Okay.
So there's not a macros count.
Okay.
I don't even know my macros. I don't know. He just says, eat this for breakfast, this for, you know.
Very specific.
Very specific.
Okay.
And like your veggies, you might have options. Your lean proteins, you have options, but it's
this much of this.
Yeah. And I just, for me, that I like that because, especially with like my life, I know I can just make, and I don't have to like think about choices.
Yeah. So that's where it gets hard because it's like, well, it says I can have a carb, so
right.
And now you're being creative in your head's like, well, I really want pasta.
Right.
And that's not going to be your best carb, so it's better just to say eat the rice.
And then you feel good with what you're eating because you're not throwing in, I feel like, random foods all the time. So I have a sensitive gut.
Okay.
My stomach has always had, like, I'm not like issues. So sometimes new foods or whatever, like, and then it's like you have to see, is it this, is it this, is it this? So
guesswork's out. You already know it works.
Right. So we do like a pre-workout meal, post-workout meal. My pre-workout's my favorite. We do like the cream of rice with protein powder and
I just started having cream of rice for the first time. I was always an oatmeal girl.
I like oatmeal too.
But cream of rice always waked me out a little bit, the texture, but I really like it now.
It's good. I make it clumpy.
Okay.
Not so watery.
Not so watery. I do the same
and
thing.
I make it cold.
I make it almost like grits. Like
grits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like it hot.
I like it cold. I think it's 100 degrees outside and I'm like, oh, it's hot. But that's like my favorite workout. And then, you know, it's a lean meat with rice after workout.
Okay.
And then lean meats and veggies. And we throw in like healthy fats, like I either have almond butter or avocado.
Okay.
And those foods stayed the same throughout the whole thing. It was just altering. Like this week we're gonna do higher. This week we're gonna do
high carbs, low carbs.
Yeah, it was more to see where, like, because I check in every week with him.
Okay.
So it was more to see where we are looking. Maybe we add.
Okay.
So like, he would always add in like not a refeed, like a cheat meal, but a refeed, like a lot of
It's good that you just said that too, because I think a lot of people forget this. When you can have a cheat meal, right? I mean, you could have a brownie sundae, you could have a cheeseburger, you can have your french fries, you can go crazy, or you can refeed your body specifically, which are two very different ways to eat.
Very different. Yeah.
I like refeed. I like that word a lot better than a cheat meal. And we all have cheat meals, but I like when somebody says. So kudos to Billy.
Yeah, no, because it was so much food, but it was the right food, it was food I was already used to, so it wasn't anything like.
So it didn't aggravate.
Yeah. And for me, like if my gut's affected, it's usually a couple days. Like it sets me back. So I liked those days. I looked forward to those days. But like that would be usually like I think the day before legs or something.
Okay,
you know,
that's fair.
And then my off days we pulled more of the carbs and added more fats. Okay. On my off days. And then obviously towards the end, you know, it's more strict.
Yeah.
less and less.
But there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. And you know, it's mind over matter at that point. You're like, I'm so close. Like I'm
not gonna throw it all away.
Gonna throw it away now. Right. It's like a power thing, you know, like like we said, like a control thing, like, and I like that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's like goes back to being an athlete.
Right.
Being able to control those things.
Right.
You push yourself as hard as you're willing to take.
Even like just if you treat this as a sport, like it always will help you in other areas too.
You work harder because you know how to push yourself mentally.
Right.
Like, this is physical. Working out is physical. But I think the diet becomes very mental.
Yes.
And that transfers into, like you said, work.
Yeah.
Family. Like, are you willing, do you need to take a nap or are you going to take it to the park? You know?
Right, yeah.
Like, stupid things, but it goes full circle.
It does. It does.
You're able to endure more as a human
when
you learn how to push yourself.
Yes. Yeah, because it's just an extra step up. Like you saying, I'm sure, like you go to the gym with a purpose.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I don't like to just go through the motions. Right. Like, why am I there? If I'm just going to go through the motions, I'm probably just going to do cardio and walk out.
Right.
I'm not just going through the motions. It's not fun for me either.
No, it's not fun. Right. It's right. And if you don't have, like, I don't have tennis anymore right now, so this is my thing. And, you know, sometimes
this is your outlet.
Right. And sometimes you're like, I don't understand why you have to work out. It's my thing. And you can't take that.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I have, you know, the rest of our life is
and it's one of those things too, like lifting in the gym, you can change your workouts, but you could do this for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
This isn't going to beat up your body so bad. If you do it right, it's not going to beat up your body so bad. As long as you're feeding it properly, taking the right supplements, you're going to be able to take care of yourself for the long haul.
Right.
Which is the goal.
It just has to become part of your life.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about supplementation.
So, like, Billy gives me my food. He tells me also like what supplements to take.
Okay.
So, by no means am I a guru.
I'll help you out.
Yeah, but so he had me on the glycolog, which I do love for the carbs and all that.
Now, do you take that, I'm assuming, before and after workouts?
He has me, I take it when I have my pre-workout, like the carbs.
Yeah.
And then not with my non-carb meals.
Okay.
So only when there's like a certain amount I take the carbs.
Yeah.
And then the glutamine, which 100% helps my digestion. That I notice, like I feel better internally.
Gotcha. So that also helps repair muscles too. So kind of goes full circle. It's a really good supplement.
And you know, sometimes when you take stuff, you're like, I don't know what's doing what, but I feel that you know.
Well, you trust your coach too.
Right.
But glutamine is really good. I mean, you using it and taking note of that. But it also helps repair your muscles. So yeah. And I think it's one of those supplements too that not a lot of people take because it's just like extra.
Yeah.
That and even like creatine, a lot of people just don't.
No.
And they're highly valuable. But repairing your muscles, anything you can do to like refeed your muscles in the right way, glutamine is definitely that supplement. And you just like, for me, I throw it right in my protein shake.
Yeah.
But it's necessary for sure.
Yeah, I scoop it morning and night. And then during the day, he had me on a Smash.
Okay, so that's going to give you your dry hard gains, which is why you look so lean and tight for your final photo.
Oh my God, this is the red pill.
That is the good stuff right there.
He has me on Halo for before workouts.
Okay, perfect. Those are going to give you gains too, and that is the one supplement that like I love. Like if I come off that, if I run out, it's a problem. So I always have a bottle. Yeah. And actually like almost like messed with my hormones at one point because I came off of it and I got moody, cranky. Yeah, like it was weird. I had lost motivation.
Really?
I just ran out and I just didn't get a restock and I said to PJ, like, something's not right, and he's like, okay, what's going on? I went through all my supplements. I was like, well, I ran out of Halo. He's like, well, that's it.
Oh.
Even like my libido went down. Like I wouldn't have thought, but I think it may even say it on the bottle. that it helps with libido.
Okay.
But Halo Elite, and you don't have to come off of that ever.
Right.
So this one, I'm like, I always have a problem because if they ever run out, I'll lose my crap. There's no way.
That's good to know though, because I feel like sometimes when I go off track, then my supplements go off track too because I'm just off track. Like I said, like I'm kind of crazy like that.
So Halo Elite doesn't have caffeine in it, but it helps you focus and push harder in the gym. So that's like the supplement that's gonna make you get one more rep when you're like, oh, you know, he said 12 to 15 and I'm just not sure if I'm gonna get 12. You're getting 12, you're taking Halo Elite. You're gonna push to the 15.
Okay. So now,
Yeah, that's a really good one, especially like right before you go to the gym. That's the one you wanna take.
He has me on Eradicate.
Okay.
At night. I take it before I go to bed.
Okay, so that is a anti-estrogen. That's really good too.
That one I don't know
especially
about,
getting ready.
No,
like,
says, don't, come on, like take that one.
Yeah.
And I obviously take like the vitamin C, vitamin D. People forget that vitamin D, even though we live in Florida, but like everybody could use vitamin D.
Yeah.
And I don't do pre-workouts.
Okay.
Stimulants.
Okay.
I can do nonsense, but I have coffee.
Right.
And the Halo.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Okay.
Now that I have Blackstone though, I've ordered some stuff to try. Like I ordered the Harmonize.
Okay, that's amazing.
Actually, because I saw your thing on it. About the Harmonize.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah. The Harmonize, the collagen, and I don't know if you saw too the Evaporate.
I ordered that too.
Especially when you have your period. That's huge.
That'll be the first time. Like periods are awful. So like
it just helps with bloat. Like I bloat like crazy. I'll put on like 4 or 5 pounds on my period. But it like immediately if I take it, it pulls it right off. And I'm like, okay, I feel, even though it still doesn't move that much, I feel better.
Yeah. I literally ordered it, the Harmonize and the Evaporate and the collagen right after I saw your thing on the channel.
We've gotten a lot of messages. Me and Marissa both after doing that video, and people were like thankful that we did that because it was things that people just didn't know. Or like you see it, but it's like, no, those are like the things too, like you see it on the website and it's like, well, do I really need collagen? I already take protein, or do I really need Harmonize? I don't feel like my hormones are off.
Yeah.
When you start taking it, you realize like you may have been off a little bit.
Yeah.
Or like little things like your skin is better.
Yeah.
You know, like things like that that may go unnoticed because maybe you don't have bad skin.
Right.
But now it just, you're glowing.
Right.
There's a certain glow to it.
Yeah.
So those are really, really important too.
I think that was,
yeah. So not only do you have like certain supplements you're taking during the BPJ, now after
because I started reading more about, like I tried the Trojan horse.
I love that too. We take that
flavor, it tastes so good.
Yeah, we take that at night before bed, and like if I do an extra cardio session, I'll just take that to help me sweat more. Because I don't. Once I take my pre-workout in the morning, I don't want more stimulants. I'm good. Like I'm good. I have coffee and I do take pre-workout, so I'm good after that. But the Trojan horse, like take that, do like even like your second round of cardio, like going for like your second walk, downing that. It'll help you sweat more, which is always
really good.
a nice
It's really good because I mean you know like I drink so much water. That's like I need some flavor.
Yeah, that's another like good thing too. So how much water do you drink a day? I think that's one of those things that people don't pay attention to.
Minimum a gallon.
Okay, that's good.
And that doesn't include my intra-workout, like with BCAs. I do the BCAs. Okay. Intra-workout though, so that's another thing. And then I do a big coffee in the morning.
Yeah, well, coffee, I would never count that.
And, you know, here and there throughout the day. So minimum a gallon.
Okay. Yeah. Hydration is super important.
Yes.
Especially you live in Florida.
Yeah.
So especially living in a climate like this.
Yeah.
It needs to be hydrated.
Yeah. And I get thirsty. Like I like to drink like especially outside. Like
I don't drink like soda.
No, I don't drink soda.
I'm not that person.
Me neither.
Even like if I'm drinking alcohol, it's with water. Like I just mix it with water.
Yeah, I don't do soda either. Yeah.
So here's another question: did you cheat? We talked about refeeds, so totally different.
Yeah.
Did you cheat during the BPJ? Be honest.
I didn't.
See, okay.
I I cheated enough before. So like before we did PJ, I had like 3 free days to do whatever. Because he's like, get it out of your system.
Okay.
So I enjoyed my 3 days, and then I went in. Like,
I love it.
4 months straight, no cheats. And it's really hard when you have kids because they're not like,
Mommy, can I have ice cream?
Oh, and they love pizza is my weakness. Like, that is my favorite.
See, since we moved from New Jersey to Myrtle Beach, I haven't found any pizza that is worth the calories. So I'm good.
Yeah.
But if you tell me like this is like New York style pizza, you'll tempt me.
Yeah. So, and they love pizza. So like it would be at the house and I'm like, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
Like just the crust.
Just the crust.
Or just a slipper. And then just one more slipper.
I know. No, I
don't. No cheese. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But like think about it too, guys. When you're doing a transformation challenge like this, you have to think mentally. If you take one day off and you're like, okay, well, I look amazing, just one cheat isn't going to do it. One cheat could be the difference between first and second place, which is the difference between winning the money and not winning the money.
So I don't know, like everybody's different, but for me, one cheat is more likely to lead to more cheats because you.
Oh yeah, I'm not a little like.
No,
if I'm gonna cheat. It's not like a taste of ice cream.
No,
I want the big one.
Right.
Yeah. Like if I'm gonna do this, I'm doing this right. Everything I do with
That's how I am.
That's the acting though. Like I'm gonna PR this. I don't care what it is.
Right.
Watch me the whole
No,
pizza.
exactly. No problem. So like for me mentally, it was if I cheat, I'm more likely to mess up more.
Yeah.
Than if I don't cheat.
But you know that about you.
I know that about me. That's why, like this summer, when it threw me off, it's like it was like this because like, I'm better with just none of it. But not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
So it's whatever works for people. Like I can have fun slicing.
So I just want to say thank you so much for coming out and doing this.
Thank you for
we've been
having me.
trying to square up our schedule.
Yeah.
We've been down here so many times, but this is really cool.
Yeah. No, you guys are awesome. Like so glad to meet you.
I think this is going to be really helpful for people that are looking to do the BPJ in the future. I think talking to somebody, getting your insight, seeing how hard you pushed yourself might give somebody the idea to not take that cheat day because it could be the difference between winning and not winning. So you don't want to be the top 10, you want to be number 1.
Yeah,
so.
and you can't glamorize it. It was hard.
Yeah,
like it's hard. Like there's no.
I think I would have been mad if you would have said that this is really easy and I cheat all the time.
Like he'll be the first to tell. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
You are sacrificing a lot for those few months.
Yeah.
And but you hope to continue it after. And obviously it doesn't have to be so extreme.
Right.
It's just that it can set you up to keep going too, like to change your lifestyle or to get back on track or whatever,
Yes, which is what it was for you.
Or for me, like it gave me
on
something
track.
for me, like that was outside of my norm. So
So guys, if you're thinking about doing the BPJ, we are like less than 6 months out from starting it all over again. So keep that in mind. Definitely get signed up when we start advertising for it again, but it's a lot of fun and it really gives you a chance to dive into something wholeheartedly the same way Kelly did, and you can win a lot of money.
Yeah.
So definitely look into doing it, and we will see you guys next time.